Award-winning TV star Katey Sagal is opening up about life in the spotlight, revealing a side of herself that many haven't seen in her new memoir, Grace Notes, My Recollections. We'll speak in a moment, but first, here's a look at her story.
Daddy's gonna be in a mood. Just tell him I went shopping.
We know her as the busty, big-haired Peggy Bundy, pushing the envelope for 11 years on the iconic show Married with Children. And more recently as Gemma, the unapologetic matriarch on Sons of Anarchy.
You looked me in the eye and you promised me you wouldn't hurt Tara.
But despite the tough character she plays, there's another side of Katey Sagal many haven't seen before. Singer and songwriter.
How did it feel?
And now, in her new memoir, Grace Notes, she's peeling back the curtain like never before, revealing some of the darkest moments in her storied life and career. It is great to have Katey Sagal here for your first live interview about your book, Grace Notes. So we're excited you decided to come here first.
No, I'm so happy you had me.
And you know what? You have played so many iconic characters. Who didn't love Peggy Bundy? I gotta say, I had a crush on Peggy Bundy.
Did you?
Yes, that kind of transfers to you, to be honest with you. But, you know, this is it's a different side of you we see in this book.
Right.
And why did you decide to write something so personal?
Well, it started as sort of journaling for my children. I wanted them to, well, first of all, I like to write. So I thought, you know, my parents had passed on young, and I wanted my children to know about me, know about our history. Not that they hadn't known quite a bit of it already by the time I wrote the book. But I just started that way, and then before I knew it, it became more than that.
And you were very open in this book, and you talked about drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and did you have any reservations about writing about that?
No, you know, I've been in recovery for 30 years now, and it's so a part of the way I live my life that in order for me to tell the stories to my children, it would have to be a part of that, because it is the way I live my life, and it is kind of the way I've raised my family, and it's just a big, big part of me. So you had to know what happened to know where I am now.
And the addiction started innocently enough as a teenager, taking diet pills, and then just kind of escalated from there.
Yeah, it escalated. I definitely took to those diet pills. It was sort of a, you know, I have that kind of compulsive personality that goes along with substances, and so it started that way, and then it just escalated from there.
And you speak about your kids, and in this book you wrote 3 chapters, one to each of your kids, like love letters to them. And did they know? I think you said they knew some of what happened, but did they know everything about your life before you wrote this book?
No, I think there's some surprises for them, but mostly as they've been age appropriate, I've raised my children very honestly, knowing that I've made mistakes, and sort of gives them that we all make mistakes. It just, you know, I didn't want to paint a picture of perfection as a parent. So, but I did let them read, my older 2, I let them read the chapters before I put it in the book, and they had notes. And
as your kids do.
Like, Mom, really, do you have to say that? Do you have to say that? So I pulled back a few things from them, and but I felt that basically, you know, it was interesting to, you know, I didn't write a linear story about any of them. I sort of came at it the way, you know, in the moment of telling a story. So it wasn't like you were born and then this happened and then that happened. And each one of them I have a different relationship with. So it kind of, you know, gets to them through my experience with them.
And you talk about you're surprising them with some things in this book. Surprised me. The musical career. I had no idea. You opened for Etta James. You sang background for Bette Midler. And you got fired by Bob Dylan. So you've had a lot of different things. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, well, that was really my first career choice, was I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. And I did. Throughout my 20s, I made records, I was on the road. And I didn't really come to acting till my late 20s, when I burned a lot of bridges in the music department, and you know, just sort of the doors opened in another area for me, and it just kind of happened like that. But my background is music, and I always play music, and I still have a band and make records, and I do it because I love it.
Well, I tell you what, we love you and the work that you do, and we're glad that you switched over to acting because we all get to benefit from it for a long time.
Thank you.
Katey, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
And Katey's memoir, Grace Note, is available now. Make sure you go out and pick it up. Lots of surprises.